Good morning, everyone. This is Ryan Conley here, and we are on episode number 6 here with this frequency, Superhuman Frequency podcast. And gosh, this time right now, it's a time for us to just really get balanced again after we had just a humongous sale this week. I think Max just told Glockner informed us that we had about $20 million in sales in about 9 days. And so they're flying all around the world, getting their teams going big time. I know the United States has had a lot of success this past week. And so I want to say thank you, all of you, for working so hard out there, just getting Healy out to the masses. We have a lot of great leadership coming in here and stuff. And so this has been exciting. One thing I wanted to touch on today was I wanted to do a discussion about having multiple devices and helping get the word out there about this. So looking back here, I can't believe this. When I first heard about Healy, they were talking about Stefano, one of my upline sponsors, was discussing how to have, purchase multiple positions in the company, have multiple devices. And I was like, gosh, again, you're going out there and having people buy a whole bunch of positions and stuff. But I want to let you know that that is definitely a good way to go. And I think for sure, if I was to restart my Healy journey, I would come in with 3 positions, 3 devices, coming in at 500 at the least, if not getting that first one to residence. But the reason why I say this is because it's been now over a year since I've been with Healy, and looking back at my numbers, just having one device, I was able to grow my income to a very nice income, just right under the rank of director. But I grew to over 200 frontline members without having a device to loan out whatsoever to prospects. And now I've been giving it a lot of thought this last week of how we can come up with a model that can really duplicate and everyone can start having more of these Healys on hand and loaning them out. So I want to talk to you about that today. So I'm just curious, probably a lot of you guys on the call have multiple devices, and I'd love to hear your feedback, how it is going, getting these devices out to the field. So what I'm kind of working into my business is people, when they borrow a device, they come over. You can see it on my shelf right here, but I have all these Healys right here, and I've got like another 5 more that'll be right there. So I have like a total of 10 devices. I bought 10 of them through this sale, so I couldn't believe I spent like $5,000 on devices just to go ahead and loan out here the other day. But when I gave thought to this business model, I knew that it could be something really big if I was able to do 200 front lines in the first one device. So this is what I'm doing. Some people ask if should you charge to loan out a Healy device. Let me just turn off these ringer here. Play exit chime. There you go. Yeah. So I would say no, do not charge people to rent out a Healy device. I tell them, hey, look, I'm going to give this to you for a whole entire week if you use this 2 to 3 hours a day. And from my experience, I'm not sure if many of you have had the opportunity to be around someone that uses Healy for hours at a time. Maybe it's your significant other, maybe you live at a friend's house or something like that, and you're watching the change take place in someone. But from my experience, and what we're really seeing is that people are they're changing. I'm going to open up this to see if anyone can relate to this, but my friend, I watched her change in 24 hours. I saw her, I had to take a double take and say, hey, there's something different about my friend here after she did it for 3 hours, day 1, moving into day 2, again, another 3 hours, day 3, another 3 hours. So my point is if someone has the Healy device and they're using it 2 to 3 hours a day, okay, then they're definitely going to have a great experience. So I want to open this up for a second and just talk and get some feedback from you all who have had noticeable changes in people right away, like their mood elevation, stuff like this. So can one of you guys comment on that at all? I'm just kind of curious for people having results right away.
I'm willing to comment. So I have a friend who she's had difficulty with child rearing because she's just been in a negative frame of mind, right, and found it really difficult to be around her daughter. Though she loved her daughter and wanted to do what was best, just the overall attitude situation wasn't the best. And I've known her for several years. So I suggested to her that she try my unit. And within the first week, she started noticing that her anger issues were not as bad as they used to be. And now she has me coming over twice a week. We're trying to work together with her doctor and the insurance to help her get her own unit. But because she is a friend of mine, I'm going over there a couple of times a week to let her use my unit. And just seeing amazing results with her and her family. They're just, it's been phenomenal, the changes in this home.
That is a really good feeling right there. Thank you, Esther. So you don't have an additional unit. You're not loaning to, you're going over there every few days and giving her the treatment. Is that correct?
That's correct. I did order another unit, a second unit during the sale. It just hasn't arrived yet.
Good. Yeah, good deal. Hopefully those deliveries take place right away. I know things are getting expedited on that. And my friend who I watched over here, over a 3-day period, every single day, noticeable changes, even to this day, weeks later, it's Healy White, for example. She's going to be doing a recorded testimonial here this week, a better version of it, because her testimonial, our testimonials become the truth in the light that people see and how we talk in our vibration when we're talking about our testimonials. Healy completely changed my life, but our testimonials are what is the truth to attract more people into our business. Wouldn't you agree? Yes.
Definitely.
Right. So
definitely.
That's why it's so genuine, and that's why I love this business more than anything I've ever been a part of, just because it's an emotional experience. What I'd recommend in that case right there, Esther, is look at, if you had another device here, obviously it would have made it a lot easier. Here she was having phenomenal results just off of you coming down there and do it once in a while. Like, I've taken that approach. Like when I first started working with Healy, I would go meet with her. She lived a few blocks down the road. She borrowed the device. I make sure that she had the device a few days a week. But now, as we're looking at this business model of loaning additional Healys out to grow your Healy business, when someone says, yes, I will do a 2 to 3 hours a day every single day, that's 21 hours in a week. That's phenomenal. Imagine if they were to go work with an energy practitioner out there, right? And if you're looking at 21 hours a week, I'd say, conservatively speaking, you're talking $80 an hour, times 21. What's that math right there? My brain's kind of still waking up. I haven't had breakfast. I had my tea this morning, but my point is that's a lot of savings, right? Right. So what would that be? What do we say?
It's about $1,600.
So look at this. You're giving someone, possibly, is a good way of looking at this, a $1,600 worth of I don't like to use treatments, of sessions, of frequency sessions here. And you're giving them for free. Your cost was only $400 basically when you purchased that unit for yourself to loan out to other people. Let me break down the math here, what this does right here, okay? So if you buy a unit frontline to yourself, make a dummy account up, and you go ahead and purchase that for $500, it's paying you a $100 commission coming back to you right there, okay? So you have those positions going underneath you. I'm using those for top leaders. I don't have an issue having 10 Healys up here because I want to constantly, I never want anyone to come into my home office and I'm sitting here like I am right now. All my units are lent out because I only have like 5 and I got 5 more coming right now. I want people coming in my office. I want to be sending them home. I keep an organized spreadsheet with Healy, keeping track of the units that we have going out on a daily basis. We have no problem going to 20 to 30 units because we believe so much in the technology. But again, coming back down to the math again, boom, $500 for the unit, you pay yourself a $100 commission. And if you look at, if you loan one of these devices out per week, okay, and the person decides at the end of the week that they want to go ahead and purchase a unit, okay, you're paying yourself a $100 commission. So if you do that 4 times in a month, that is your money back, 100% back to you. You get that $100 per sale on 1 per week that you're popping off from people buying the Healy and keeping that thing cycling through there. So I think if we start working with this business model and implementing this into our teams, we will see Healy, especially with the credibility, especially where the culture is right now, all the truth in your guys' experience and yourself and working with other people, that now having this, look at it like as a coffee stand business. If you had 1 coffee stand, cool, but if you got 4 to 5 coffee stands out there you're managing and these things are working for you, you are increasing you're collapsing time. You're putting time more in the control of you to get the most out of your bucks right there, right? So let me open up to any. I just want to hear what you guys have to think about, to say about this, and we can talk more about it. But it's my intention past the sale we just got over right now. How do we keep the sales going really full speed ahead? And it's not hard for us to keep this business moving at a really great pace. Like, there's nothing more than I love getting up in the morning and say, whose life can I bless with Healy today? But so we're going to have the sales, but we want to get this technology to the masses as fast as possible. Okay. So let me go ahead and open up to you all. Just kind of curious, who else has had experience loaning out devices, if you don't mind, please? I think and that's okay if people don't really have a lot of experience here. This is just, I wanted to cover on this call, and I really appreciate you guys being here this morning. I want to let you guys know that moving forward, like, we're gonna have some more phenomenal speakers. We'll have these calls scheduled out 2 weeks in advance. It's just the sales, my mindset has been there working with you guys, the team leaders and stuff like this. And the sales, I mean, if that's what we did, $20 million in 9 days, I think that's what Max said, but they're just blown away by the sales that are taking place right now. It's so exciting. Okay. So Jeannette,
Brian?
Yeah.
Well, my experience is a little different angle, but when I just received my Healy, I had someone that I didn't really know who he was, but we had a 3-way call, and I had to make that decision. Oh, nobody could get one. I just got mine, but I put mine in the mail. 24 hours later, this person had it in his hands.
Go ahead and say their name. Go ahead and say their name. Who is it?
Kenny Williams.
Boss.
And
yep.
And he put it on, and he noticed the significance with his neuropathy. He said he felt his feet warm after 2-3 20-minute sessions for the first time in a long time. Yeah. And I didn't know who Kenny Williams was. It was a blessing. We had the right time at the right place. I gave the right person this Healy. It's changing his life, and he's building a huge organization, and I'm very humbled and blessed. And so you never know, besides, this is an investment too for our health as we get up there in age, and it's a blessing. And I just think everybody should get an extra one on the side. It's a business write-off. And I got my second one, and I'm lending it out to my girlfriend's son right now that needs this really bad for his heart condition. So anyway, I believe it's a business. I invested to upgrade also to get it all, and that's been a joy too. So thanks.
Yes. Thank you for that. So that is a relatable story there, where someone did have a Healy and you put it in their hands and look at. I mean, he's way up in your ranks. I mean, shout out to Kenny and his wife, Francis, an amazing husband and wife team out there. And I just think this is such a great business for couples to get involved in. I've seen couples that were getting divorced. Actually, the husband started using it first of all, and then the wife started using it. They were in a big old quarrel. It started leveling them out, and then they're like, "My goodness, we can do this." In that unity of something in common, right, is so important when it comes to relationships. And I've been watching it really help a lot of marriages now and strengthen relationships. And it's really cool to see entrepreneurs have a good person by their side to build this business. Let's talk about how, Healy, I just have the feeling that this is the highest calling that we can do right now. I know you all feel the same about this, in the thoughts that cross your mind about here in the time of COVID and the technology that we have. It truly is a priceless technology. When I explain Healy to other people that are coming into the business, and I talked about the value and how I'm coming to them like as a truly caring friend. Like, I'm like, you're beautiful. I don't want you to age. I want to bring something into your that's going to really improve your health. And I feel that from a value standpoint, and what we would lose in energy in going to the doctor's office over the course of 3 months, let's say. Let's just call that $500 right there, where it's additional vitamins that you're taking, where Healy potentially could have supplemented in that. My point is that it quickly becomes a wash. So my mentality, is that if you don't have a Healy, you're going to be, it's going to cost you more in your health very easily in the next few months. So that's why I share. Does anyone want to comment about like what you're telling people about the value of Healy? I'm just kind of curious how you guys are using this in your words out there, or other things that you're telling people that really stand out in your presentation that when you're picking up potential prospects in Healy.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah. Hey, Rick.
Well, let me get rid of that. I'm not hiding.
There you are. Good. I'm feeling lonely here with all these black squares. Jeannette, my wing woman there. Good seeing you, bro. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you. I haven't done a lot of loaning out of the individual Healys, but I have done a lot of remote work. And I started a guy that I knew from 20 years ago. In fact, longer than that, he used to listen to my tapes when he was 14 years old.
Yeah? Huh.
Imagine
that. Out.
Yeah, that makes me feel ancient. But I was talking to him and I said, look, why don't we run a little experiment? I said, let me scan you from here. I know that's a big bite to chew off, you know. Yeah. But let me try it and see what happens. So to make this long story in, he got really good results. And then he started telling all of his cohorts. So I was busy 4 or 5 hours a day scanning his friends. And I didn't do it indefinitely, you know, otherwise people just take advantage of you. But the bottom line is he sponsored 4 or 5 of those people. And of course they want to come in with resonance because that's how they were introduced. So that's how I have found it can be effective. Sometimes you scan someone and they don't feel anything, but 2 interesting little things is I scan one guy who has hearing aids, and he could tell when I would start vibrating. Because I did an experiment with him. I said, all right, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to start this, but you tell me. And I'd you know, without showing him, push the button. And he would say, you're starting now. And then he'd tell me when I ended. He could hear it.
Right.
Wow.
And then another guy, and this is not normal. I'm not suggesting to your listeners.
We got to talk about just synchronicities that have happened in Healy members' lifetimes, because that'll be a fun little thing we could get into. Keep going.
Yeah. And then another lady could feel it in her fingertips, tingling. When I would start it, I did the same thing. I said, well, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to start this. You tell me. And same thing. She would say, you're starting right now. And then I said, okay, tell me when it's over. And then when it ended, she said, okay, it's over. She could feel it in the remote. So I think that's doggone interesting. And if you got puppies, the sleep app knocks them out. I mean, I just put the I put the Healy on the collar, and I sent to everybody a little story. But one of my puppies had a enlarged lymph node. I mean, big.
Hey, by the way, I have all these. I got these on Amazon, like really, really cheap. I'm trying to find out where you can get Healy straps. Not to get off subject for a second, but so cheap for these electrodes. So I was just thinking about the puppy or however you put them on. You know, these are good to have. Maybe it's $10 for 100 of them. I don't know. Cheap. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So the point I was making is I put the Healy on his collar again and ran it, and the next morning the lymph node was gone. So, or the swollen lymph node was gone. Lymph node was still there. So that's, you know, kind of an interesting situation. I thought, I can't wait till October, because I've been in the pet industry and I'm telling you, people will starve to death to give their dogs food. I mean, puppies rule. Nothing's too good for them. Yeah. And that's going to be a tremendous industry for us, is that pet industry.
Yeah, so we come out pet frequencies. A lot's happening in October, huh? Back office, all this stuff. And that's where I see this company really getting to a point of sustainability. I mean, we're sustaining right now, but getting to a smooth altitude. Rick and team here, you know? Okay. So yeah, we got some stuff coming out for the pets right there. Let's go ahead and open this up for fun, just like the synchronicities people are having with the Healy business. Have you ever felt like more intuitive, or have you felt like, you know, for example, you're going to reach out to someone, you knew that they were going to reach out to you, you kind of like remotely, like, I don't know, it just seems like we've had these experiences being on the same frequency. It's come up in conversations a lot. We don't even have to talk about this much if you don't want to. Let's see. Alrighty. Does anyone have any questions? Let's go ahead and open up for questions or comments right now. And I promise you, this coming week is going to be a lot better podcast getting into stuff. This has been a great podcast, but we want to help you really moving forward in the next week. One thing I want to comment with what you said here, Rick, a second ago was notice how you tapped into one person right there. And because you spent that energy with them, you were able to bring in 4 or 5 purchases right away. So I would really encourage all of you that to take the time to spend with your people here. Let me 1 second here. To take the time to really spend time with your people, especially when they first come in. Don't wait for a week. They don't even have to have a device. As soon as they're excited about building their business, you help them reach out to a few people. But I'm always insisting that when people come into working with me in Healy and they go sign someone up, that they always connect those people with the next upline. Every person that comes into Healy should at least have 2 points of contact. It's so important. And it really truly is that energy exchange of knowledge and leadership coming down that will empower that person like a seed sprouting to go ahead and bring you more harvest, you know, on a massive growing scale. Let me see here. Can anyone mute out? Any questions? What are you guys' plans for this week ahead? How are you changing your Healy businesses moving forward now that the sale is going on? I'd love to hear from you all.
Hi, Ryan. It's Judy Rao here. How are you?
Good, Judy. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. I just saw your message and popped on, so that was nice. And it was great to hear the gentleman talk about doing the resonance. That inspires me to the people that I'm waiting to get back in town or whatever. It's like, no, don't wait. So I really like that. Some of the people I've done, just run programs on, not really knowing what I was doing, what programs they needed, but just kind of letting the resonance do its thing. And people were out of pain. Like the next day, they're like, bending, jumping around, like they cannot believe it that they're out of pain. And so I have a question. When you loan out a Healy to somebody, what are the programs that so you would be loaning out a non-resident. So what programs would you tell them to be running on themselves?
Well, you're putting a focus there, Judy, obviously on the gold frequencies. It's really, really important. Then I just basically let them run with it. They can get into like the breath of life things. I do have an email that has all the frequencies programs broken down with an explanation. If you guys would like that, I could send that over to you. There, I just caused
I already got your.
Gosh, I'd almost like to upload as a document, I think is what I'll do for you all. And then I'll put into this YouTube video, I'll put the link for that Google Drop Doc. So you guys can actually have access to it through this video that'll be on YouTube in a few minutes. Go ahead. But yeah, that's what I would do, is just go with the gold frequencies and have them explore from there,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me see here. So I would look moving forward, if you have someone that just wants to, as you grow your business, give people 2 options. Do they want to start by getting right away involved in building the business? If so, encourage them to come on with 2 Healys. I'd rather see someone come in with 2 500s instead of 1 1000 Healy, especially in the United States, because our compensation plan is not based off of what level you come in at here in the United States. So, but that way you at least have another unit. So again, give them 2 choices. They want to be a business builder. If they do, they're coming in with at least 2 $500 units right there. If they're just going to go ahead for the personal experience and roll a little slower like that, then they can come in if they just want to go ahead and get 1 unit of 500 or whatever size they want to get right there. So I'm really thankful to know all you, and I am so happy with the Healy community and just the mission that we're getting out there right now. So thank you all so much for being on this call, and let's keep growing this. Does anyone else have any questions? We'll go ahead and listen up. Let's have a blessed day. Jeannette?
Hey, really quick, if everybody goes into their back office, actually Healy's got the promotion where if you reach a certain level, they're going to fly you with tickets and a room to Germany. And between the September 1st to the end of October, let me see here. We have, it's in the back, by the way. If you go into your downloads, I believe it's to the end of November.
Yeah, we still got to.
But anyway, and when you go on your dashboard, it tells you what you specifically need, what points you need, where you need them to qualify for these packages that will pay your ticket in. And so, I mean, that would be a blessing to be able to, I mean, amazing to be able to go to Germany and be right there and learning all this right there. Because I think we all,
hey, whoever comes, I'm going to buy you the fattest beer when we're over there, okay? I love Germany. It's fun. So yeah, love to have you all come to Germany. This is really the first time since the Miami launch that we've had a chance to get together, and it doesn't seem that hard to qualify for this. We got a lot of people that are there or have already won trips. So let's all work hard. Take a look at that. If you have any questions about your qualifications necessary to get in that trip with us and come drink beer with us in Germany and eat bratwurst, then call me, contacting the leadership, but let's really come up with a game plan. It's important for us all. And I always say, make your decisions black and white. Okay. So there's no medium between. Either you plan for the trip or you don't. Black or white decision right there. It makes sense to go ahead and go to Germany because that's going to be your success. That's where we're really going to be kicking this off. So I want to see you all there. So let's all decide right now as a black and white decision that we're going to go ahead and study what it takes to get our qualifications. And let's all go hang in Germany. It's gonna be a blast. Yes, and hopefully COVID, this stuff opens up. I don't know what's happening right now, but let's move forward with the intention that it will be well. Okay, so that's all I have to say, everyone, today. Just want to keep it short and sweet. Does anyone else have any questions, and we'll close this out?
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. Appreciate you so much, bro.
One more thing, I'm sorry. We got Tony next Tuesday. The practitioner with we can ask questions to
yeah, that's on Tuesday. Is that correct?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
I'm gonna move
Tony on Tuesday.
I'm gonna move. You know what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna have Max Glockner on there also. I think we could do a thing back to back with Max Glockner, or else I can move Max to Thursday. Max, the story for you guys don't know Max. He's a pretty boy in the company, kicking butt and making a lot of money overseas. So you're gonna really enjoy getting to know Max. What do you say, Jeannette? Do you think we should move Max to Thursday? Yeah,
I think so, because Tony, she's the practitioner. She out of Venice, and there's a lot of questions that I'm actually gathering, so I can let her know ahead of time. So when she's going to ask, because she uses this in her practice, and so I think it'll be a plethora of information that we've all been waiting to hear. So I think it's I'm excited.
Any of you get all that have questions for a practitioner? Jeannette will put her email address or phone number. You can text Jeannette. So that will be for Tuesday. We'll move Max while the practitioner. Tony, she's one of our top leaders out of California there. She's amazing, but she'll talk about how she's working the Healy business into with her practice and stuff and the great leadership that she has and answering questions you have. So Jeannette, put your email address
Sorry.
Below here.
What?
1 second. Put your email address below. What's your phone number, Jeannette? I'm going to put it on here. What's your phone number? 425 350
7751.
775.
And you guys, just no more than 3, because I've had people text me like a 4-foot long page. You know, so I got to put this all together for Tony.
Go ahead, send that over to him. There you go. The number's in there, 425-350-7751 to Jeannette. We'll get those questions. We'll have Max for Thursday. You guys, wish you a blessed day. Please call me if you have any questions. And also, if you'd like to be on the email list for these calls coming up, you can there's my cell phone number below, 206-396-9778. You just text me your full name and email address.
Can you repeat that, Ryan, please?
Yes, thank you. And again, my cell phone number is 206 396 9778.
9778. Thank you, Ryan.
Yes, and my email, just so you have it, is info@superhumanry.com. Okay, you guys, we're having a lot of fun with this Superhuman stuff because frequency really is a different level. And so I've noticed our team statistics are growing so much that we've changed our group to Superhuman frequencies. You guys like that name? It's fun, isn't it? So we really encourage you to use hashtag Superhuman or Superhumans out on your Healy posts. Let's get it out there and let people wonder what is this superhuman stuff, you know? So yeah, I feel like a superhuman. I think you guys do too. So yeah, send that over. You guys text me your full name, your email address. I'll make sure that you're on the email list. And I wish you all a blessed day. Okay, anything else? We good? Good? Good. All right. Call me if I can help out anyways. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.